what was the application process like?
Well, I already had a good position back in my home country, Turkey. In this position, I was already having a PhD position. But I wanted to try myself. I wanted to see myself in a international community, more like, and that was the goal, and I applied for this position because when I look at the definition for the position, I felt like it was describing me, because the things they asked from me, the things they asked from the candidate, they were asking for a person who is working in vibration acoustics, which were my field. So I felt a great connection with that position in particular, and then I applied for it. I applied for it online, after seeing the job advertisement online, and then it went very quickly for me. After a couple of days after the application, I got an email. I responded to the email. In the following days, we had a Skype interview first. Then, when everything was okay, I was invited to Netherlands. And then, after this face-to-face interview, they said, "Okay, we want you." And the next thing I remember is to book my tickets and do my visa application.
How have you developed by working in tango?
Well, before tango, I have never worked in experimental studies. I always studied theoretical parts of my field, but after coming to tango, it was a challenge for me to start working experimentally. And at the end of tango, I can say that I gained a lot of knowledge on these experiments or experimental methods. And of course, it wasn't only technical. The development for me. We have learned how to present what we researched in a better way. We have learned about outreach. We have learned about how to address different people, how to address different levels. So it was something very interesting, and of course I have evolved in culture, in a cultural way also. I have visited many countries, and I have worked with many people on the international level. So it really put me in a higher place personally, I think.
Have you experienced any problems?
Of course, in the beginning, especially in the beginning, when you are trying to get yourself to your new life, it can be a problem, especially when you are moving to another country. And an ITN project requires you to move to another country. And I wasn't alone. I moved with my wife, and it was harder for her, because I already had something to do from the first day. I started reading the literature, I started having discussions with my professor, but she was left alone in the house all this time in the beginning. And she had to quit her job to be able to come over here. That's why it was hard for her, and you know what they say, happy wife, happy life. For that reason, it wasn't very easy, but there was a perfect solution for us. My university has a very nice project that is called Get in Touch, and in this project, the people who move into the Netherlands, their wives, their husbands, their partners, they are invited to gather together weekly, and in these meetings they learn new things, they exchange new ideas, they even learn the local language. And she made friends over there, and then it was easier until she finds a new job. She attended those meetings, and even I attended some of those meetings. So I think it really helped us pass this adjustment time in a smooth way.
What would you recommend about working in an ITN?
If I compare my master's degree and my PhD was easier, because whenever I got stuck, there are people who can help me, and I can, because of the nature of this ITN, I can reach many people in my field who are experts on these situations, who are experts in my field, and whenever I got stuck, somebody can lead me to the correct solution. And doing this way, it goes so smoothly for me to finish the PhD. And this is what I can recommend if a person if a person decides to have a PhD degree, and joining an ITN is the easiest way to do it. And of course, you got the perfect excuse to travel a lot.